am Salongi TB, a teacher from Sri Shivaji Vidya Mandir and Junior College, Aund. In this introductory section, I welcome all the students of 12th class on behalf of the Honorable Principal, the Vice Principal and all the staff of my Junior College. In the beginning, I would like to mention here is that the textbook that has been designed and brought to you for the study has
activity-based syllabus.
I am sure that you must have purchased the textbook. Students, our textbook has 4 sections. So in the beginning, we are going to discuss about the different sections which have been included in our textbook. So the first section, that is entitled as a prose lessons, has 8 prose lessons written by Indian as well as British and American authors or writers. The second section, that is entitled as poetry, has 8 poems. These poems are also written by Indian poets as well as British and American poets. So, the study of the prose lessons and the poems will definitely help you to develop the skills like critical thinking, working in collaboration, enhancing your communication with other people, inculcating the life skills and others in our life. The third section, that is very important section for you. The title of the third section is Writing Skills. In the last year in 11th class, you learned the writing skills like expansion of idea, then writing email or blog writing, because in day-to-day life we need to send emails, we need to prepare blog, we need to comment in our blog. So we have only studied all these writing skills in the last year. But this year's textbook is one step forward. You are going to learn different writing skills, and these writing skills will definitely help you in your future life for practical purposes, because as we know that we are living in 21st century, this is the age of science and technology. After completing your 12th class or graduation, you will need to write down application, you will need to send email for jobs. So in this way, whatever writing skills have been included in this year or in the last year, these writing skills will help you in your practical life in the future. So as I told you, the first section and the second section are devoted for prose lessons and poetry. So when we are going to study or learn these prose lessons or poems, these will develop our thinking. But when we live our life in society, sometimes we have to think with our head, but sometimes there are different situations in our life, we have to think with our heart. So the last part of our textbook is devoted to the literature. So there are different types of genres in the literature like drama, novel, short story and other things. So in the last part of our textbook, we are going to study one of the important genres of literature, and that is novel. So novel is a fiction that describes the human experiences in the society. Because whatever happens in the society, it is reflected in the literature. Because as we know that literature is the mirror of life, or literature is the mirror of society. In society, in day-to-day life, different characters interact with each other. different characters respond to each other in different situations, and therefore from these characters, from the data of the novel, definitely we are going to inculcate the different things from the different characters in the novel. So apart from all these things, we are also going to learn the technical aspects of the novel. For example, when we will study novel, we will study the plot of the novel, we will study the setting of the novel, we will study the theme of the novel. There is one more point we are going to study in the novel is characterization, because there are different characters in the novels. Sometimes these characters feel happy, sometimes these characters feel angry, sometimes these characters get surprised. So in different situations they respond to other characters in different way. So we are going to have these 4 sections in our textbook, and I am going to deal with the second section, that is poetry. So let us see the first poem from our textbook. So as I told you, I will deal with the second session, that is poetry, and in this session we have 8 poems, but let it be lesson or let it be poem. So before we start the actual poem or actual lesson, it is very essential to discuss all the activities given in icebreakers. Before each lesson or each poem, the section that is entitled icebreaker is given. So what is icebreaker? So icebreakers lead us to the actual story of that particular prose lesson or the subject of that particular poem, and therefore icebreakers need to be discussed before we begin the actual poem from our textbook. So icebreakers play a very important role, like pre-knowledge. If we have pre-knowledge about something, it becomes very easy to comprehend, to understand that particular prose lesson or that particular poem. Before each poem or lesson, icebreaker section is given purposefully so that the student will go through all the activities given in that section entitled icebreaker, and once you solve all the activities given in icebreaker section, it becomes very easy for you to understand, to comprehend that poem or that lesson. So let us see the first page of the second section of our textbook, that is poetry. The title of the first poem is Song of Open Road. Before the actual poem, some activities are given in the icebreaker section. So first of all, we are going to discuss, we are going to solve all these activities, and then we will move to the actual poem. Song of the Open Road. Students, I will continue the same section icebreaker in the next session. I conclude my lecture here. I stop here. Thank you.